Okay, so what I'm about to talk about, I touched on a little bit at the end of my last video. However, I felt like it needed its own video, right? So that's what I'm doing now. And I already know that I'm going to get some backlash off of this as I have gotten in the past. However, this is a mindset, a sentiment, whatever you want to call it, that I stand 10 toes down on, okay? And I'm not letting up off of it. So with that being said, tomorrow there is a scheduled protest set to take place nationwide, okay? For Saturday, April 19th, as today is April 18th. And hopefully this video is reaching my black brothers and sisters, my brown brothers and sisters, because I want to let you know to not go outside tomorrow, okay? The streets are not for you. I repeat, the streets are not for you. I want you all to remember the last protest that took place. The reason why it was so peaceful is because we were not there. We were not there. That's the reason why it was so peaceful, okay? The minute that we start gathering in mass groups in large amount of numbers, then we're going to see police and law enforcement on our asses, okay? And it's not even just having to deal with possibly getting by the police. There's ICE agents that are literally waiting on standby to detain people. And we've seen already, it doesn't matter whether or not you are an illegal immigrant, you're a criminal, you're not a criminal, you have legal status, you're a born citizen. It doesn't matter because these ICE agents are not allowing you to be able to prove your citizenship. Please do not go outside, okay? Please do not go outside. The white protesters, they have agreed and willingly taken up that role because they understand the privilege that they have. They understand that they can go outside and protest, that they can go and let their voices be heard, that they can somewhat cause some type of civil disturbance. They can do that. We cannot. So please stay inside. Thank you.
I told y'all we outside. We outside. Over 20,000 of us. And look at that, there's some black folks. There's some black folks out here. They said we don't come outside, but we outside. We outside. Jesus Christ. All right, time to cover this topic. So apparently on April 19th, this was 2 days ago, there was another one of those famous hands-off protests that the white T folks was holding. And apparently this was about 501 or some shit like that, like 50,000 people. I know like 50 different cities, I believe, was holding this protest, and a bunch of thousands and hundreds of numbers of white people were out there protesting heavy, bring back the migrants, bring back all these folks, bring back the schools, bring that, this, that, and the third, Social Security, unions, all that other bullshit. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. This is too funny. But I find it odd that whenever it affects white people, everybody in the country is supposed to care and we should stand in unity and stand in solidarity, right? But when it affects black people, all of a sudden it's y'all gotta just get it out the mud and get out your bootstraps and get up and do this, and you gotta be upstanding citizens, America's for everybody, and da 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 da, all this other crazy shit, right? I find it so funny that now the question is, why aren't black people showing up? Black people should be out here. This is for all of us. No, no, no. Y'all have buyer's remorse. Y'all voted for the fool, and this is what y'all are getting. Honestly, Donald Trump is the best slash worst thing that could have ever possibly happened to this country, and I am here for it tenfold, 10 out of 10. No hesitation on admitting that, because at the end of the day, y'all done played yourselves tenfold. The man, now I will admit, he was running off the economy, getting the money back in people's pockets, this, that, and the third. I love that for him. I love that for him. But at the same time, though, and if we're gonna keep it funky, that man was never not gonna be a dickhead. He was a dickhead his whole last election. He's a dickhead now. And that's just straight up what it is. He was a dickhead then, he's a dickhead now. Straight up. And now y'all got to sit here and wonder, well, now what did we do? What did we do? How did this happen? How did we get to this point? You got to this point because you were voting for your own bullshit. So the issue now is, well, now they want to get him up out of here and impeach him and, this, that, and the third, but you can't really impeach the brother and you really can't stop him. You can't go through the people who want him there, which are a lot of the governors, a lot of the Supreme Court. They don't want him there, and it's funny because the Supreme Court just vetoed him deporting Venezuelans, and most of them are Republicans. So if they vetoed him, the Supreme Court must not have liked the idea either. I think it's crazy that migrants have more rights than the African Americans that are born here, but whatever's clever. It is what it is. Now, the thing that I do think is crazy is that people are just running through the cities, hands off the children, hands off of this, hands off of that. And I'm like, man, all it took was for Donald Trump to get reelected, for him to play in white people's face, for them to say, oh, no, not us. You could never do this to us. Yeah. Yeah, and it's a taste. It is a taste of your own medicine. Every damn year for the past 150 plus years, y'all have found every possible way that y'all could to hold black people back, stab us in the back, cut our hands off when we stick it out, in any other way y'all can. Now that y'all are here, now y'all are asking black people to stand in solidarity. Now, obviously, not all white people are bad. There were some white people that rumbled in the civil rights with us, and there were some white people marching in 2020. Let's keep it a buck, right? Let's just be honest here on what we know. But what I do know is that a lot of those people who voted for Donald Trump because, oh my God, he's for Israel and he got did dirty in 2020, fine, maybe he did. But the people knew he was a clown then, and the people who didn't vote knew he was a clown now. I'm just saying. If this was Nikki Haley in the White House, I wouldn't be too like this because I don't mind Nikki Haley. But Kamala couldn't win either. And I guess that's what people really thinking. Who's worse for America, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris? There's a lot of people saying Kamala Harris was more capable based off of what? I don't know. So we got to get that part figured out, but she ain't going to run again. And if Ocasio Cortez runs in 2028, y'all got a bigger problem because that woman is just a mess. But yeah, this is, it's funny, the thing that's bad about this whole situation. It's not even Donald Trump. This is what y'all get for 400 years of constantly not doing right by indigenous people, African American people, constantly doing stuff that only benefited you and you stabbed everyone else in the back. This is all on y'all. Y'all karma has finally come back to bite y'all in the ass. And this is y'all penance for it. And I love every second of it. I don't even care, honestly. As long as no children are getting hurt, and even then, y'all didn't care when y'all did it to our kids either. At least have some sympathy for the kids. But for the most part, I ain't with it. I ain't with it. Damn. Oh, I'm tired. Excuse me. But that's just where we gonna go with it because it's just nothing more y'all can ask black people to do. We done marched, we done fought, we done tried, we done built it, y'all done destroyed it. We done marched, y'all hated us for that, but we still got something kind of sorta. We can't even put out a movie without y'all hating off of us. But y'all want us to pull up in droves. Nah, man. The only reason why this is a problem is because they're having to suffer from it. When it was just happening to black people, nobody gave a flying fuck. But now that it's happening to y'all, and y'all are feeling the brunt of your own racial voting, now y'all want everybody to show up and help sweep it under the rug. Nope. This y'all fight, not ours. And honestly, I'm happy this happening to y'all. Because now y'all can see what it is. Y'all can see what it is for what it is and how it is. So we'll see. But this is why the Republicans go through what they go through. Donald Trump came in here doing all this extra shit. You were supposed to talk about the money and the economy. That's it. That's all. You came in here doing a bunch of extra shit nobody asked for. Now we stuck here in the middle. Like, what we supposed to do about that one? How we gonna fix that, Jack? So no, man, we gotta sit back, black people, sit y'all asses down Do not get your bean headed asses up and go out there and try to be some damn superheroes. As a matter of fact, the unfortunate reality is there are still black people out there. You can't stop them hyper feminists from doing shit. And then you got the brothers who need to have access to coochie and they just got to get some coochie, man. So they going to go out there and show their AKA solidarity in the name of vagina access. But that's those be the biggest problems, man. A lot of those brothers that's not even motivated by vagina, they sitting at home as they should be. And a lot of them women that just realize it's no point, they gonna keep doing the same thing are sitting at home too. Thank you, thank you to those black people. And then you got the ones that just don't give a fuck. Beautiful, but I mean that's really it. That's really all I got to say on this joint. Like, ain't much else left. But this is just a result of all those years and decades and centuries of y'all doing people dirty. Now it's here and the devil's here at the door. Y'all done knocked long enough and the devil done answered. Enjoy. That's all I got to say. This is a Black Intellectual. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments below. Like, and subscribe.